We just got back from our 2-hour walk and Yukul seems to be a bit tired again, so that's awesome. Now I really want to have the first part of this little series uploaded tonight, so we better get a move on. There are still a few things we need to take care of before I'd consider at least the first part of this to be completely done. So we need to seal up the hole that I cut in the side of the icebox, and I also need to adhere this piece of insulation to the hatch that covers the icebox. These are the pieces I got when I cut the hole that's right there, and I want to see if I can use these pieces to somehow seal the hole up again and then caulk it in place with this stuff. I'm going to use a bit of masking tape to keep this in place. This is just a bit of water and dishwashing soap to smooth over the caulk. Now that isn't perfect, but it's airtight and there's a bit of insulation in there, so I think it's good. Now we need to do the same for this side of the hole. Now that the hole is sealed up, there's just the matter of the insulation we need to adhere to the hatch. This is actually going to be a bit annoying because this piece only fits one way. See, it fits like that, but it doesn't fit like that. Plus, we need to figure out exactly where on this piece to mount this. And I mean, sure, I could measure, but the amount of tolerance there, it's gonna have to be pretty precise. So I think we're gonna go a different route. First, I want to figure out exactly where this hole is on this piece. So I have no idea how good this is going to work, but we'll give it a go. Okay. Now that we have that position, we can go ahead and drill a tiny hole. Now I'm going to run this line through the hole. My plan is to apply caulk to this, lower this into place, lower the hatch on top of this, tighten the line, and yeah, just let it cure, and hopefully that should work. Before we apply any caulk, I'm just gonna scour the surfaces of both these pieces. After a quick wipe with my trusty grease remover, we should be ready to apply caulk. Okay, here goes nothing. I've placed a few weights on top of the hatch while the caulk cures, and I actually think this is going to turn out pretty awesome. I'm sure there's an easier way of doing what I just did with that string, but I couldn't think of any, and so this is what I did, and it seemed to work out okay. Now technically I'm not done with this project yet, because I still need to mount that second fuse block over by the nav station and rewire everything. But that's something I can easily do even after I've moved aboard the boat, because that's not really one of the messy projects. But I am super stoked that I now have a refrigerator aboard. That means that next weekend when I'm back aboard the boat, I can bring real food, not just fruit like now. And I can also have cold things to drink, so that's gonna be pretty awesome. Anyway, I better get started editing, because it is getting late here and I want the first part of this video to be up later tonight. So yeah, I guess that's it for this video, guys. See you! I may have to loosen the evaporator to secure this, the sensor for the thermostat. Thermostat. Before trying to roll up the rest of the tubing, I want to secure the evaporator. Now I may have to loosen this a little bit later on to secure this, the sensor from the thermostat. Jesus. To secure this, the sensor for the thermostat. Before trying to coil up the no. This is the sensor for the thermostat. This is thermostat, not a thermostat. Well, for those of you who didn't know, this is some sort of weird mix between a thermometer and a thermostat. Thermostat. There you go. To secure this. This is the sensor that's attached to the thermometer. Jökull and I hope you've enjoyed this video. To be notified about new content, please click subscribe. If you're new to the channel, I suggest you check out the introduction playlist. If you've enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a thumbs up and feel free to leave a comment.